All right, hello, and welcome back to another episode of this fun little series that I'm doing. In this episode, we're going to be tackling how to do prefabs. Well, no, not prefabs. I'm sorry. We're going to be tackling how to do a very basic combine assault. Uh, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to place the info player start, and we're just going to make a very quick room for the assault, quote unquote, to take place in. So we're just gonna, the height does not matter, nothing here matters basically. We're just making a room. All right, there we go. We got our nice little room here. And now this is the important part, one of the important parts. We are going to make, I want to separate this info player start, and we're just going to make a wall right here up to the roof. Okay, now this wall we'll get into later. This wall is decently important, and I will explain this wall later. But for now, we're going to add some combine, because after all, this is a combine assault. So we're going to place an entity and look for NPC underscore combine underscore S. We're going to hit apply, and we're going to give this guy a name, Combine Assaulter 1. Then we're going to hit apply, or just enter. Now, we're going to copy and paste these Combine, and we're going to go lesser on the grid. Always spawn your NPCs at least a little bit above where the ground is and not in the ground, just because that can cause pathing issues with the AI itself. And just for neatness and posterity, we're just gonna copy these two and put them right on the same two planes as the rest of them. We're gonna space them out a little bit because we don't want them to get stuck on each other in spawn. And then we're just gonna change the names of each of these to Combine Assaulter 2, Combine Assaulter 3, and Combine Assaulter 4. Now, we're going to come here and we're going to look at the flags, and we are going to go and hit wait for script. Let's see. Don't drop weapons and ignore player push, aka don't give way to player. And we're also, we're also going to tick gag, and I'm sorry, we're going to untick wait for script, because we can do that here in the sleep state. So just scroll down, you'll see sleep state under all these combine. We have all of them selected currently. Do the drop down and hit wait for input, ignore PVS. Basically what this is going to do is when the assault activates, when the script or the entity basically tells them, hey, begin the assault, they're going to activate off this instead, because if we have waiting for threat, waiting for PVS, or any of these besides waiting for input, basically the moment they see the player, or the player gets within a very specific radius of these combine, they're going to activate and ignore all their assault parameters basically. So we want to do that. Nothing else. Let me just review this. I don't really think anything else here matters. Squad. You could do squad. You could all put these guys in the same squad. It really does not matter. Unless you want a more believable attack, you could put them in the same squad, because it will allow them to, like it says here, share information about enemies. And, if one combine takes cover while they are assaulting the player, another will back off and try to either go around or just, cover them. And then when that combine backs off, another will go into cover again. But we're not really worried about that right now. Okay. So we need to place down a couple other entities. We're going to place down, let's see, I believe is it this one? Let's see. Yes. Okay. We're going to place down AI goal assault. Doesn't matter where we place these, just I like to keep them near the squad that is currently assaulting, if that makes sense. I want to keep these you know, near the squad that's assaulting, just for organization's sake, so you don't get lost and need to figure out why something is not happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to name all these the exact same name. We're going to name these assault underscore goal. There we go. Assault underscore goal. Flags doesn't have any. And then actors to effect. What this is going to do is it's basically going to say, hey, you know, this is tied to this Combine Assaulter 1, or this is tied to Combine Assaulter 4. So we need to go through all these and just, let's see. So what we do here is, let's see, search type is going to be, we could set this to entity name or class name for the search type, basically. It doesn't really matter, if that makes sense. You could do bigger squads, more organized that way, but I just do it like this. So actors to effect, we're going to put Combine underscore assaulter 1. Okay, let me make sure I spelled that right. Yep, because there's no drop down menu here, so you got to be a little careful. This one I want to affect. Actually, hold on. I'm so sorry. I just want to check something real quick. Assault underscore rally point. Okay, we're good. We're good. So yes, we want this to be Combine underscore assaulter 2, Combine underscore assaulter 3, and Combine underscore assaulter 4. Now, what this basically does is that these are all named, these are all tied. All these NPCs are going to be tied to these AI goal assaults. Now you have to do this, and some people might argue and say there's a better, you could just tie it to the class name, but I will argue that and say that even official Valve maps do it like this, where there's big waves that come in and there's raids with the Combine soldiers and such. They will spawn in exactly like this. So, you know, you could do it like that. Anyways, we want start active to be yes. This will not start the assault. This is just making these active. Otherwise, you would have to activate them in basically the exact same instance or a little bit after the assault begins. Let me just check real quick that everything here is set up. Yes. Okay, everything is set up. We have. So now we have to put 4 individual rally points. So we got to do, there we go. So you type assault underscore rally point. Once again, every Combine needs to have their own rally point. This is basically saying, hey, this is where we're going to rally once the assault starts, basically. This is where the Combine are first going to go, just to meet up with each other, and then they're going to begin the assault. So we just want to name this, we just want to correspond these with the AI goal assaults. So we're going to name this rally point underscore 1, rally point underscore 1, rally point underscore, oh, I'm sorry, rally point underscore 2, rally point underscore 3. Let me just make sure. Yep. And then rally point underscore 4. And then we want to go back to the AI goal assaults and hit rally point set. This is important because if you do not do this, the Combine basically are going to get lost and they're not going to know what the hell they're doing. This is all tied to just making them basically move to one point in the map and cap it, basically. So rally point underscore 1, and now we're just tying these under rally point set to the corresponding rally points that we have. So rally point set, rally point 3, and then rally point 4. All right, now the hard part's done. So we're done with this. Now it's time to set up the actual assault points. So we place on another entity and go assault underscore assault point. Now we're going to name this assault point underscore 1. And so let me explain all of these options and some of the flags we have going on here. So the assault hint group kind of doesn't matter, just because most of the assault hint nodes that you could place down related to assaults do not work, at least not in Half-Life 2. The next assault point, so a good way to think about assault points is cap points in Team Fortress 2. When one gets cleared, you can move to the other and then keep going down the line, you know, kind of like if you're playing Dust Bowl, you know, you cap the first point, then you go to the second point. That's how the Combine will see these assault points, basically. And this works for Rebels too, as well. Rebels will also attack the assault underscore assault point, and that's why there's cap time for basically both teams that you can have. So, assault timeout is basically, again, it's capping the point, just with a different name. Clear is basically if the Combine or the Rebels or whoever is currently on the point. The player cannot cap a point, by the way. That is only Rebels and that is only the Combine. Only two of those can actually cap points. It's basically every NPC but the player. So, when the Combine don't see any hostiles, they will time this out. And it has to be for 3 seconds. We can change it to 10. We can change it to 5. It does not matter. Clear on contact with enemies. Oh, excuse me. Well, basically means that if you come into contact with it, with enemies like rebels or the players, and in order to move up, you will cap it. Alrighty, apologies. We're still in the exact same area that we were before. Okay, so what we have here is clear on contact with enemies. As I was saying, basically, if they see an enemy, they will clear the point and then move up. That's what this yes and no basically stands for. No means that they will have to kill all the enemies, and then the assault timeout starts. And then after 3 seconds, the point is capped, and they move to the next one. The yes basically means that if they see an assault point, it will not be capped until all the enemies are, if it's yes, even if there's enemies there, they will still cap the assault point. Allow diversion basically means that the Combine will walk away from the assault point and take cover wherever a hint node is to allow them to take cover and engage either the player or enemy NPCs, basically, you know, zombies, rebels, whatever. Allow diversion can be good, but it can also lead to the Combine getting stuck. So if you do allow diversion, it's important to think about the hint nodes that you've placed down and if the Combine know exactly where they're going, basically. And you can set this diversion proximity. I believe this is in hammer units. So one would be like one of these little squares right here. Like this whole square is basically one-ish. That's just how far they would go away. Never time out basically means that the NPCs will continue assaulting even if it's capped, basically. So let's say rebels come into there's 2 assault points and rebels come into the first one, but the Combine have capped the second one. The Combine will come back and try to recap because it's not timed out. That's what that means. Strict means you can set this to yes or no. Basically, all it means is that they will move from the point to attacks. This is also the same as allow diversion, basically, or they won't diverge from the point to attack. Force crouch is exactly what it says. If you want some Combine to look more tactical as they're approaching than others, you can force crouch. Urgent, I set this to yes, simply because what happens is if it's set to no, different things will distract the Combine. If it's set to urgent yes, then basically nothing will distract the combine and they will fight, but their main priority is capping this assault point. And I just always set it to yes because it's, a decent practice to do if you don't want the combine AI to get stuck. Attack tolerance is basically once they've capped this or they're standing right where the assault point is, how large is like their squad formation, basically. That's all that means. This is just their squad formation on top of it. Clear this point upon arrival unconditionally is the one flag we have. Basically, the moment the combine get there, they will clear the assault point. Okay, so now that I've explained everything about the assault point, we're just going to put assault point _2. And then we're just going to put another one just to show you guys how this works, basically. And then we're just going to name this assault point 2. And then get rid of that. And now you can see there's a pink line linking these two assault points. So when the combine get here, they'll clear this. When the combine get here, they'll clear this, basically. Okay, so now this is another important part. We need to come back to all these rally points and set the assault point to be assault point _1. Think of this like a payload track, again, in Team Fortress 2 or any game that has payload. We're just setting the tracks. These are the tracks, and the assault points are the points. The rally point is where they're going to go to meet up with each other when the AI _goal assault fires, basically. So I'm just going to add a couple quick things, an AI _ relationship, so we just don't instantly get attacked and die. Let's see. So I'm just going to set this to !point player, and then NPC _combine _s. So the combine will like the player. That's just so they don't instantly attack us, so I can just show you guys how this works, basically. And then we're just going to place down... We're just going to place down a simple trigger. We're just placing these down to show where the triggers are so we can activate them, basically. These are just posts to see where the trigger is exactly. So we're just going to go in here and go trigger _, and we can do trigger _ multiple. It doesn't matter. So outputs, we are going to do, let's see, on start touch. And then we come down here, and I believe we want the AI _goal assault to begin assault. And I believe that's it. So let's just run this real quick and see if I've messed anything up. If nothing is messed up, then everything should still work, and we will see the combine start to run. Let's see. Moment of truth. Okay. So let's see. So we can see combine are sleeping right here. And you can see why we now have this wall. Why this wall is important. This wall is important because when these combines sleep, they will, you can obviously see, you don't want the player to see this. If we did not have the AI relationship set to like, the moment we turn this corner, you'll see them pop into existence and start to shoot at us. And we don't really want that. We just want them to begin their assault. So we come over here. We begin assault. And now... I think I've accidentally messed this up. Hold on, let me just make sure. Okay, I know what I messed up. I apologize. We need to wake these combine. So, on start touch, combine assaulter 1, wake. On start touch, combine assaulter 2, wake. And this is a tedious process. On start touch, combine assaulter 3, wake. On start combine assaulter 4, wake. We're just going to set this to 1 second to make sure that it doesn't break anything. And now let's run the map again. And yeah, basically we have that wall there because we want the map, the map's a stage play, effectively. We want to hide things from the player that they're not supposed to see. So, if this worked. Oof. Oof. No, they're not assaulting. Let's see. Oh, I think they are. Oh, I messed something up. Alright, AI underscore relationship. Let's see. Ah, did not set that to start active. Okay. So that looks good. That looks good. I'm just doing a double check real quick, making sure I didn't. Let's see. That starts active. Entity system input. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That looks good. Okay. Let's run the map one more time. I believe I did everything correct, but I just like to double check in these videos just to make sure. Alright, hello, we're back. Sorry about that. So, what we have going on here is I just changed the trigger to a button, but it will activate exactly the same. All these are still exactly the same, except I changed it to just on press instead of on touch. I did notice something that I did wrong, unfortunately, and that's the actors to effect is Combine underscore Assaulter 2, but if we click on their actual names, there is no underscore here. So we need to get rid of these underscores, and that's my bad. So we just click on all these, get rid of the underscores, hit apply, Control S to save, run map, and now everything should work and be easy peasy. Alright, so now if we press the button, we can see all 4 Combine go to the first point, and then they all come over to the second point and cap it and basically just sit there until their AI packages run out. So, yeah, that's how you make a basic assault, in this game. And of course, you can add more assault points, and you can also activate these assaults via outputs to do things such as on arrival or on, I believe it's on assault clear. So when this point gets cleared, and they're moving to the next point, you can have, something blow up, you can have rebels show up, you can basically do whatever you want with this. You would use assaults basically to make a more believable battlefield, just because, you could use scripted sequences, but they would look janky in some areas, while these the AI packages will use cover and various other things and just look more realistic and better. I would say keep your squads, whether they're rebels or they're Combine, decently small, and to remember that you have to put these assault goals and the rally points down specifically for every single Combine in the squad. There's some ways that you can get around doing this, but, in some maps, like I said earlier, even Valve does it, so it doesn't really matter which one you do, as they can all just, conglomerate to the exact same assault point. So yeah, that's how you make that. I will leave the prefab VMF in the description in case you guys want to compile it and take a look at yourself, in case you couldn't follow something along with this video. Yeah, so leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have any questions, don't, hesitate to ask. Thanks for watching. Bye.